Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Let's Play System Shock Enhanced Edition. When I finished recording the first part of this, I kind of forgot to save. So my previous save point was just before I headed into the CPU room. And when I replayed this to get back up to where I was, I kind of died and ended up being resuscitated in the cyborg conversion chamber. So if things look a little bit different and my inventory's a bit lower than it was before, that'll be why. I played 2 or 3 times, but still couldn't do it as well as I did it that first time. Thanks so much to all the feedback I've had as well. I've had quite a few people saying they really enjoyed part 1. They enjoyed the commentary, which is good, because I wasn't going to put any commentary on. And they enjoyed the Let's Play, so it's good to have that feedback. I never thought anyone would actually watch any of this. And I've noticed more and more subscribers starting to subscribe as well. So I just want to say thanks to everyone that's watching this, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And if there is anything else that you want to know, or anything else you want to see, just let me know in the comments. I do read them, and I try and reply to them if I can. So I'm just going back through the map here and trying to find that last camera. It turns out that there's actually 2 more cameras, but judging by the percentage, I thought there was just 1 more, and I figured I'd go back to that camera and try and destroy it. And also recharge health and my energy while I was there. That awkward silence though. One of the pieces of feedback I had from Max Games SST1 was that he or she wanted to know a little bit more about the story and the mechanics. The story is kind of covered off a little bit in the introduction to the game, in that you're a world-class hacker and you decided, just for the fun of it, to try and hack Citadel Station, which is a space station orbiting Saturn. You get caught within 30 seconds and taken up to Citadel Station by the Trioptium Police Corps. Trioptium are the company that run Citadel Station. And Edward Diego, who is the head of the IT department basically there, offers you a neural implant in exchange for certain services and dropping the charges. Those services were to disable the ethical constraints of the AI so that he could do various things that we'll find out a little bit later on in the playthrough.
Who are you? The computer nodes can be repaired, but you... Who are you? My cameras and probes scan your body, but you do not match any employee file. When my cyborgs bring you to an electrified interrogation bench, I will have your secret. And you will learn more than you ever wanted to know.
Gameplay, as you can tell, is first person with RPG elements. So first person point of view, with System Shock Enhanced also includes mouse look, which makes things a lot easier. Although you do have to press E to go into mouse look, and then E again to go back out of mouse look, which sometimes gets a little bit confusing, but you do get used to it after a while. And movement is controlled by the standard WASD keys. So the gameplay elements are similar to other RPGs in that there is inventory management. So you can see down the bottom of the screen the main inventory. Here we've got weapons, grenades and patches. And the buttons at the very bottom of the screen control which screen you're on for the inventory. So just following the map in the bottom right hand corner, I found that last camera, which is just up here, and I cannot believe I missed that one. It's usually one of the first cameras you take out in the game. It's either the first or second, depending on which way you travel. Another thing that I didn't realise until I started playing through with this playthrough, because I've always played on the easier skill settings, the reinforcements seem to keep respawning. So I mentioned in the previous video that once the population of a certain species, such as mutants, drop below a level, a certain number of reinforcements are spawned, it appears to be that once you kill those reinforcements off and it drops back down to that level, they respawn yet again. I need to do some research on this because I didn't think that was the case. I thought that the reinforcements would spawn once the population dropped to a specific level, but only once, and then if you killed those reinforcements, they wouldn't respawn. That doesn't seem to be the case, because I've been killing a lot of mutants, and every time I come back through these corridors heading back to the bed, there seems to be a massive amount of mutants respawned again. The problem I'm having now is I can't find that last camera. I've been looking through the mini-map and also the full screen map just before, and I just cannot find that last camera. So I decided I'll have a bit of a wander around just to see if there are any areas that I haven't previously explored, which will be indicated by gaps in the map, kind of like in Doom. I know there's probably also a cyborg down in that chamber below me, just under that bridge that I walked under, but I really don't want to waste any more ammo in this level, so I'm just ignoring it for now. Although it does look like I'm just running around in circles, I am just trying to fill in those last couple of gaps on that map, so when you see me heading into a wall, it's not because I'm not paying attention, it's just so that line gets filled in on that map so I don't revisit that same area again a bit later on. That mutant gave me a little bit of a fright when I was playing as well. I saw him come around the corner, but you get into a mindset where you think you've killed everything and you've got the level to yourself, and then when you see something moving, it just, even though the graphics aren't that great, you still get a bit of a jump scare. This is an area that I'd forgotten to go through before, and you can see on the map in the bottom right hand corner that it's blank. Always check those bodies for loot and other inventory that might come in handy later on. And I remembered from a previous playthrough that this area had something really valuable in it, but it turns out that it didn't really. I must have been thinking of another game, or maybe on the easier skill levels there's something there that's worth a bit more, but a concussion bomb is still handy. Different grenades have different effects on different creatures, so I believe concussion grenades only work on biological creatures.
I prefer a quiet station. Thank you.
That golden door is the elevator to the next level.
Directive to Cyborg L-71. We will now test the virus in a proper environment. No mutagen experiment implied to integrate on the executive level. Let the virus infect the growth and observe its effects on vegetable and animal life forms. When the strain is perfected, we will release it on the Earth, where it will facilitate our conquest.
So Shodan just said there that she's working on a virus.
To all cyborg units, just as we have sanitized my station, so shall we cleanse the Earth. The Tachyon Morning Beam is being made ready to destroy human cities. I will take command of the ecosystem and continue my experiment. Once the beam is properly calibrated, we will begin.
And here again, I'm just still trying to find that last camera. It's got to be in a crawl space or somewhere that I haven't seen before. And once I can destroy that camera, it'll open up all those doors that I've marked with the blue markers, and hopefully there'll be something handy in those areas. Shodan's basically preaching to the whole station about how she is basically a god now. The storyline is progressed through various different missions, so each time you thwart Shodan, she comes up with yet another great idea about how she's going to take over humanity. And when you bring that one down, she comes up with yet another idea, which you then have to also thwart. I don't want to go too much into those, because I guess I don't want to spoil the surprise a little bit. But obviously, as we go through this Let's Play, you'll see each storyline come along. There's a lot of mutants in this room, so I decided not to take them on. Partly because I don't want to die, and partly because I don't want that level of mutants to drop below 16 again, because I don't want them all respawning. Another thing I've noticed I'm really bad at is when an audio log is playing, I tend to open noisy doors and things, so you guys might not always be able to hear the audio log. So in the next video and moving forwards, when an audio log's playing, I'll try not to make too much noise in game so you can actually hear what's going on. Still looking for that last camera. That is the face of Edward Diego, so he's the guy that got you onto this station in the first place, and he's also partially responsible for the disaster here, and in those screens he's trying to get people to join him and become part of Shodan's plan. And my mouse keeps doing that. Occasionally when I'm playing first-person games, the view will just shoot up towards the ceiling and start spinning around wildly. It's very frustrating. There's not a lot of action in this video, and I apologise for that. And it's a little bit short as well, because I decided that I was just going to finish off that last camera and then head to the second level. So part 3 would start from level 2 onwards. Once again, just heading back to the surgical bed to recharge. And at this point, even I'm starting to get a little bit bored wandering around in circles, not finding the camera, and keep having to come back here to recharge, so I decide, well, maybe it's time I'll just head to the second level anyway, and then we can finish this video and start on the new video. And just have a quick check around this area, just in case the camera's here, but it's not. And here you get to select what level you want to go to. In this case we can only go to 2. And it's a complete ambush. I try to go back down to the first level, but because the doors won't stay closed, the lift won't take me back down to level 1. So it's pretty much just a case, I can't even throw a grenade, because they're too close. So if I threw a grenade it would just bounce off them and kill me. So I'm just wildly backing away, and I thought maybe I could go to level 1 again now, but no. My health is really starting to get low, but I have no choice but to clear this whole area. Quick use of a medipatch just to give myself a little bit more first aid, and straight back to the surgery bed to recover. So again, like I said, a bit of a short video this time, but this gets us set up ready for level 2, which will be in part 3, and I may have another quick look for that camera before I resume recording, but if not, I'll just carry on from where I was, and you'll get to see level 2, which is the Executive Suite. So I hope you enjoyed watching, thanks very much, and I'll see you in part 3.